We welcome in the Tracer.
What's up, boys?
What was that in your hand, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know if we caught you on camera and shouldn't have caught you on camera. What was that?
Oh,
Because you're fasting right now. What is that you're having? A little water?
well, I'm not fasting today, Tommy. I'm not fasting. I'm actually having my new favorite drink. It's a hard seltzer, strawberry hibiscus. Very good drink. And it's really, I advise people to drink a couple of these when you wake up. Makes you feel good. Certainly better than coffee. Love this.
Does that have alcohol in it?
Oh, sheesh, it does. But that's all right. Let's start early.
Well, there are a lot of things you think you're going to see in your life, and a lot of things you think you're not going to see in your life. This would fall in the latter category, Tracer, with you knocking down one of whatever that is.
You got to hold it a certain way. Your seltzer, you got to hold it like this.
Do you think that's California rubbing off on you, that you've been out there too much lately? 3 times in the last 2 weeks. A Grey Goose I could see you having, as you talked about. And now all of a sudden you start getting out there, land of the weirdos, California, and you're sipping down seltzers or whatever that's called.
Well, I tell you, I don't know if you see behind me. It's almost like a Hallmark card.
It is.
You see that Christmas tree? Nothing screams Christmas like a fake tree in 75 degrees in California. But yeah, it's starting to turn on me a little, this California thing. It's strange here. A lot of things going on, Tommy.
Like what? What's going on out there that's so strange?
Well, let me just say, Christmas Day, we're having 7 people. Well, they're bringing all their dogs. That's 9 dogs in a house. Honest to God.
I love it.
Well, but here's the problem in California. And my mother-in-law has this big property right on the beach. Well, what's happening, and you can look it up. I don't make up stuff. You guys should know that. There's mountain lions that are getting these dogs.
Yes.
Coyotes getting these dogs. Even a couple of chupacabras. I saw a couple of those the other day.
Yeah, you got to watch out. Just keep the dogs inside. I mean, just keep them inside, and you'll stay away from all that stuff. And I have read about that. Someone asked, is that a Charlie Brown Christmas tree behind you there?
It is. I actually put that up last night. It's an expensive Charlie Brown Christmas tree. But yeah, I think it's all right. For California, it'll do. It'll do, Tommy.
I need your help here a little bit on something, because right before we went to break to bring you on, I need to ask you this question. This show theoretically started as a don't even get that on camera anymore. This show theoretically started as a sports talk show. It is starting to slip into that always dangerous fine line of being more entertainment than sports. If you were the program director of this particular show, where do we go from here?
Let me give you some advice.
I need it.
If I see Colin Cowherd breaking down the top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL one more time, I'm going to scream. It's about entertainment. You have someone in myself, Tracy Jones, who can talk about a lot of things. Tracy Jones can talk about politics. He can talk about relation stuff. So we need to branch out and talk about other things than, breaking down the Reds, breaking down the Bengals. That stuff is boring as hell. So that's my advice. Because you can talk about a lot of things, Tommy. You know that, right?
I know, but I mean, for example, okay? So yesterday, for example, I sort of went off on a couple of things politically, right? We were talking about Twitter and Elon Musk and the dumping of these Twitter files, and some people write, and I mean they love it, right? They love it in the chat room, and then other people are like, and I can relate to these people a little bit, okay? I can relate to them because I have to say, it has changed my opinion if you don't agree with somebody politically. And let's use Bruce Springsteen as an example, okay?
Okay.
When I was a kid, I remember when I was in college, I went to see Bruce Springsteen in concert 3 times in a week. I used to love Bruce Springsteen, and when you went to his concerts, if anybody's ever been, he is without a doubt the best concert you're ever going to see in your life. He pours out everything he's got. Great band, great music, great energy, great fun. But then all of a sudden, I went to a couple of shows, and it's all about the politics. And it's not the politics that I necessarily agree with. So I've gone very south on Bruce Springsteen. I wouldn't pay money to go watch him ever again. So my fear is we're trying to build up this show. If I start spewing on some politics and 40% of the people that are watching and we're trying to build a thing up don't like it, are they going south on me?
No. Again, I'll give you some advice. Tracy Jones will give you some advice, okay? What happens when you're standing in the middle of the road, Thom? You get run over, right? Either take a side. I'm like this. I've marked off some friends because they're libertards. So I push them to the side. I'm not a liberal guy. I'm a conservative guy. California used to be the greatest state. Greatest state. And because of the liberals taking it over and doing some crazy ass things, it's unbearable and it's an embarrassment. So I think you should talk politics because you're very smart and you can educate people. The whole thing with Twitter, Elon Musk to me is a hero. I mean, he restored free speech. You know, it's funny about the liberals. They get all upset, you know, now that they're being kind of pushed to the side for 2 years, for 3 years. Twitter completely destroyed the conservative voice. And now it's back. And of course, the liberals, the Democrats, they don't like that stuff at all, do they?
Well, that's a point I made yesterday, just to lay it all out there and let everybody make their own decision about what happened back in 2020. Let them decide, okay?
Right.
Let people decide once they read it.
How's that vaccine working? How's that vaccine working for everyone? Is it time to get another 5th booster? This time when you get that booster, it's going to work, right?
You know what? It's interesting you bring that up. I read an article 2 days ago where 79% of the population that has had the vaccine, 79% of the population that is due for a booster has said, no way, not a chance. Not doing it. Not doing it again.
Well, it's not working, right? But Fauci said it. The head of the NIH said, if you get the vaccine, you can't get COVID, right? Our president, Joe Biden, said, if you get the vaccine, you can't get COVID. That was a lie, okay? And you people need to understand this. To have kids vaccinated is criminal. Kids have better chance of drowning than dying of COVID. You know, I believe in natural immunity. If I am a healthy 62, almost 62-year-old male, if I go down with COVID, we got problems, people, because I'm pretty healthy. So, you know, it turned out wasn't as bad as people thought, right? So I don't want to get too much political, but if you ask me, I'm going to tell you.
Okay, well, you know, Sharon, who only shows up on this show, she only shows up on the days when Tracy Jones is coming on. And I mean to tell you, Tracer, I mean, she is very jealous of Danae. Let's put it that way. Which, by the way, do you have video of Danae's, your mother-in-law, Danae's mother, her $268,000 Porsche? Did you get any video of that?
No, I didn't, but I did get a
I don't
video
think this exists. I don't think this Porsche exists.
Okay, I promise I'll get that video. But I did do something special for you people. Okay, I've got a video. Now I want you to watch this video because it's great. I know you guys like to live vicariously through me.
Yes.
And here's a perfect example. And I'll explain this video after you show it. Go ahead, Don.
Okay, let's see. What
Is
was
that
last
incredible
line?
or what?
Yeah, it is. You know, I got to tell you, what I'm going to suggest is Casey, Paul, Ham, and Egger say good morning to Tracer. You haven't even said hello yet.
Good morning, Tracer. Tracy, how are you today?
That video was for you too, Ham and Eggers. That right there, what you saw, that's one of the 5 oceans. That's called the Pacific Ocean. You guys will never get that far west, but I thought I would bring it to you people and show you how we live on the West Coast. That is, Thom, right? Tell them that's the Pacific Ocean.
That's what it's called, and I have been a regular swimmer in the Pacific Ocean many times in my young life. I get in that water. I don't care how cold it is. Other guys are in there in wetsuits. Not a real man. No, I'm in there with no wetsuit. You know what I want to do, though, is, Casey, I want to save that video, okay? Save that video, because I think that would be perfect for when things get a little worked up around here. When I was watching that video, it reminded me of, like, when you have YouTube TV, how sometimes the commercial doesn't show up for whatever it is, and this is a zen moment, and they've got panda bears rolling, frolicking around, or they've got just some video of the rainforest or whatever. We got to keep that so when things get a little worked up in here, we can just drop that in and everybody take a breath.
We can all remember Tracy Jones' trip to California.
I'll be honest.
Wasn't that soothing? Wasn't that a great
very,
video?
very.
Yeah, when you're looking for like white noise, right? If you're trying to go to sleep and you're looking for white noise, either flip on the rain or you flip on the ocean. And I'll be honest, sitting here listening to that was pretty soothing, Tracy. Good job.
It was all right, wasn't it?
That was pretty good.
Sharon wants to know, Tracy is at a random nude beach in Southern California.
Clothing is always optional in California. So there are times when I'm feeling that it's not too cold. I don't want to, I don't want shrinkage on the tripod. Sometimes I'll just take off my clothes and just walk up and down the beach. And people really don't care. They just kind of just mind their own business. You know, that liberal stuff out here. Anything goes. Just ask my wife.
What do you mean, ask your wife?
Well, she's just, you know how she is, kind of free spirit. Whatever goes, goes. Live for today. Don't worry about tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's that, the California. I'm sure you dated many California girls, Thom. Go ahead.
We'll leave that be. We'll leave that be. Tracy,
these are good.
What is your big? Tell me what did he say?
The seltzers were really good.
Oh, God. Tell me what it's going to be like at your mother-in-law's house on Christmas morning. Will there be any, you talked about some people coming over, are there going to be any young kids that are there? I mean, your kids are grown, the whole deal. So no little kids running around, open presents, that kind of thing? So you're just sitting around drinking seltzers and talking about Gavin Newsom, or what are you doing?
and a couple of bottles of Silver Oak, actually.
Yeah, right. Yes, of course.
Polly Casey, forget it. You think about Boone's Farm. We'll have Silver Oak. But yeah, there'll be 7 adults, 9 dogs, and poor Tucker. I mean, Tucker's used to just kind of a calm place. My wife's twin sister has a dog, Zoe. And all that dog does is want to hump Tucker. It's a girl dog. That's not even possible, is it, Thom? Is it one of those transgender things? I don't know.
It's the nudicles.
Yeah, those nudicles have to be the head of the party, though. I mean, let's face it. If you're another dog of the other 8 dogs of the 9 that are going to be there, and sometimes we go somewhere and we see a gift that maybe a family member received from somebody else, not in your family, but somebody else, and you're like, man, that would be a pretty cool gift. If you're one of those dogs and you're checking out Tucker with the nudicles, you got to be saying that's a pretty cool gift from my main man, Tracer.
Oh, it's a big deal. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, that bull mastiff, I overdid it on the nudicles. Those are way too big for Tucker's only 8 pounds. I mean, those nudicles got to weigh 4 pounds each. But he'll sit there and those dogs, the other 8 dogs will just check out Tucker all day long. And Zoe, that girl, Maybe that's why she likes Tucker so much. Maybe it's the nudicles.
Well, I got to believe it is. So what will it be like though? I mean, I was stereotyping there about the, you added the Silver Oak and the you got the beach out there and everything, but did you get your wife anything special? Maybe I shouldn't ask you that because in theory, I know she very late at night, she goes back and downloads the show on a podcast, so it'd be giving it away. But anything you said to her that, honey, I could really use this year?
She did get me handkerchiefs. That's what, I swear to God, she got me like 8 handkerchiefs. I got a rather big nose, Tommy, so I'm always blowing my nose and shit. So I got 8 handkerchiefs. I already got them. She didn't even have to wrap them. As far as Danae, I think I've done enough for Danae in the last 3 months. Don't you guys think? I mean, I've taken her on vacation after vacation after vacation. I think she's had her presents. We're going to cut it off. We're up there in age. I don't think we need to exchange presents. I don't think so. I mean, it's for the kids.
Well, Tracer, I need some help. If you're not going to get your Danae anything, I need help. I need some ideas.
Okay.
I have no gifts for my fiance.
Okay.
And I have $100 to work with. What do you think I should get her?
I'll tell you what I got Danae a few years, actually, when we first started dating, and we both enjoyed it. It was kind of a gift for both of us. Were handcuffs. I tell you, she liked it. I liked it. And then also maybe a blindfold. Casey, what about that? Casey?
I think that's a fantastic idea, Casey, and you could probably find budget versions too. Probably don't even need to spend the whole $100.
Well, it would be a great gift if I didn't already have that. I mean,
It's
Ham and egger, zinger.
bastard. Oh, that's up. It's always the shy ones, isn't it, Tommy?
There's
Always
no
the shy
doubt.
ones.
No doubt. I mean, Casey, he'll have to. We have to watch his shot clock. I don't know if you're familiar with this. It's been introduced. Casey sometimes will take a little while. He's thoughtful. He's accumulating and assembling his thoughts. So it'll take him a little while to kind of get there. So Paul, in a very cruel act, has come up with a shot clock for Casey that if he can't express what he's saying in a certain amount of time, then the shot clock buzzer goes off. I mean, it's really mean. I'm not surprised.
24-second clock. Yeah.
Xavier guy, not surprised at all. Paul, you want to explain yourself, what you've done to that kind man sitting next to you?
Look, Casey and I have gone back and forth for the last couple of weeks about what we want to do on this show, and I haven't pulled the shot clock out much. I've only pulled it out a couple of times. Only in emergency worst case scenarios.
All you have to do is one time and you chop a man at the knees. Am I right, Tracer? You cut a good man down.
Yeah, you're not a very good friend, Paulie. You got to stand up. Hey, I'll tell you something else. You're not going to get one of those rings. You know what I'm talking about? Casey?
What ring? What type of ring are you talking about?
Never mind. I'm talking about it. Not that goes on your finger. What else you got there?
Well, I was thinking of something more like clothing I could get her. She really likes clothing. I don't know if you have any ideas.
For under $100 here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about some lingerie? What about something like that?
Some lingerie?
What size is she? What size is she? Is she a D, double D, G? What is she? I think
her mom is watching this show today, by the way.
Casey's dad is watching this show too.
Right. I'm more worried about her mom.
Yeah. What size is the mom? Get her some lingerie.
Now,
This is a sports show, Tracy.
Tell ya,
This is a sports show, Tracy.
This is a hell of an idea.
Show,
you know what?
Tracy.
Now, wait. This is a hell of an idea. Because if you really want to be tight with the father-in-law, right, Tracer? And ultimately, that's where we're going here.
Yes.
If you ultimately want to be tight with the father-in-law, little lingerie for mother-in-law is really not a stretch. It's not a reach.
Yeah, it is. How many years have they been married? Stacey,
Negative 6 months.
Hang on.
Oh, you're talking about your parents.
So are you talking about my parents or her parents?
No, you just said her mom.
Oh.
Her mom.
Yes.
And her dad, I think I want to say 20.
20.
They're beyond that. Thom, educate this guy. Once they're in the 20, they ain't doing nothing.
No, they're not. DUN
There's no
done.
action. Yeah, they
No,
probably
you're in separate beds at that point at the Red Roof Inn, if not separate rooms entirely.
We got to get our sleep. Yes, that happens to me. Actually, I am sleeping in another bedroom away from today.
No, you're
It's only
not.
because she has to
No,
wait.
you're
Yeah,
not.
I am.
Come on.
Yeah,
At
I
your mother-in-law's house? Did she frown on that
Yes.
kind of thing even now?
Well, it's a situation. I snore too much, so I'm in the other
Oh,
room.
boy. Wonder how Sharon feels about that.
that-
My computer's out again. I'm picking up my computer that actually works today.
Casey's father-in-law says that they've been married for 27 years. We have it
27?
straight from the source.
You know, Tracer, I mean, I read some stories. I don't know anything about this, but I read some stories, about how maybe after 22, 24, things have been a little south for a while, that all of a sudden, you become the empty nester or whatever it is for a few years, and things can start to ramp back up here. So I think you might be onto something.
Right, but you got to get that lingerie, and I'm just guessing extra large, size 18 maybe. Casey, I don't know your mother-in-law, but I'm thinking. I mean, no insult. I mean, we all get bigger as we get older, but I'm just throwing that out there. Sorry, I don't mean to get too personal. Let me get some of this seltzer. Boy, this is good. I tell you what, I'm getting a little drunk, Ty. It's hitting me hard.
You know what?
Hit me hard.
I mean, I know that, the song about it's 5 o'clock somewhere. I mean, it's always 5 o'clock in California, right? Always.
Well, yeah, but if you're cracking the seltzer here at 8 o'clock in the morning, there's a problem.
I bet you could find some others probably within 3-4 doors down. How far is her closest neighbor before we let you go? Because that video, is that right outside of her house? Because, I mean, there wasn't a soul in sight there.
Yeah, it's right on the water. There's probably, 100 yards next neighbor.
Wow.
So it's a big, and that's why I'm saying we bring out the 9 dogs. They start running the beach, right? The dogs, all of a sudden a mountain lion gets them, or a coyote, or a chupacabra, and now we're down to 7 dogs, right? So we got to be real careful.
You don't want that. You don't want that. You got to be careful. So, Tracer, we won't see you again until Tuesday. So we wish you and Danae and your mother-in-law and all your kids and everybody a very, very Merry Christmas, my man.
Merry Christmas to everyone. I appreciate you having me, and I appreciate everybody watching. And I just feel it's my higher purpose for you people, you ham and eggers, to live vicariously through me, and I will continue to produce videos that I hope are entertaining. That's my goal next year.
And the goal for next week is going to be video of that Porsche, okay?
I will. I'll get it done.
Maybe she'll give it to you for Christmas, and you can drive it home instead of taking that train.
I'd be too nervous. I'm a horrible driver. I wouldn't drive something like that.
Oh man, now you talk about some fun. If you could guarantee it that the weather would be okay and the roads would be good, to just unleash that Porsche coast to coast and let it rip. Now that's fun.
It's a big time car, no doubt about it.
For a big time guy.
All right, boys.
All right, buddy. Tracer, adios. Merry Christmas. Great to have the Tracer. So there you have it.